Hello and good evening. Welcome to the Dugout. We are on the eve of yet another series. It's a T20, many mini series, just 2 matches. But I think I'm going to look at it as a 7-match T20I series and a 3-match ODI series, because you're in the UK. It's the same thing. You don't need a different visa to be in Ireland right now. It's part of United Kingdom. The same UK visa that you get allows you to be in Ireland also. So it's the same country as such. The Irish don't.
I thought it is okay for Northern Ireland. I thought for Ireland it's part of the EU. I thought you need a different visa. I thought.
Yeah, no, but they
This
are
is in Northern Ireland, right? Belfast.
Yeah.
So it's part of the United Kingdom. Scotland, Wales, England, Northern Ireland.
exactly.
Is it proof of citizenship for a player?
That I can't.
Speaking
It
of
is so
passport.
shocking, by the way. I was just thinking about that story that now they say passport is not proof of citizenship. My thing is, so technically you can enter another country.
Saying you're
That
an
country,
Indian.
no, that country allows you to enter because you've got an Indian passport. You enter that country, do whatever, and then India can claim he's not an Indian citizen. Then all other countries should take India to task. Now, then why have you given them travel document to travel?
Have the officialdom gotten too brainwashed with Dhurandhar? They want to make Dhurandhars out of all of us. Yeah.
Ironic, you're only so you don't have a social security number over here. If you're stepping outside the confines of your country, if you're crossing the border, anywhere you go, how do you work? The only thing that is established, not your credit card, not your debit card, no matter whatever Marriott card you will have, none of that's is a proof of your citizenship. Only your passport. I come from this and this country. But only if people there will get to know that this document, this thing that they hold in itself by India is not considered as a valid document of citizenship. How ironic is that?
I want to know what is the document, because Aadhaar is also not considered citizenship. They say Aadhaar
Yeah,
cannot
yes.
be seen. In a lot of places they don't even take Aadhaar as a proof.
Exactly.
So what is then the proof of citizenship? Nothing.
Electric
Tomorrow,
card will have duplication.
no, tomorrow we keep saying Bangladeshis keep coming, then there'll be some Bangladeshis here with a Bangladesh passport. Then you'll say, no, Bangladesh, take them back. They say, no, he's not Bangladeshi. Passport is not proof of citizenship. It's a travel document. They've gone, now we don't want them back.
This is too much Dhurandhar bazi. Yaar. They want to make everybody of us Dhurandhars or what? Oh, you are not a citizen. Oh, you will go for the service of the nation, but you're not a citizen of the
So
country.
the Indian team now will be playing, they've entered UK with a UK pass. So you can now do test. Vaibhav gets 100, UK can challenge. I want to know whether he's from India or not. How is he playing for India? Because passport cannot be.
Crazy, I'm telling you. Some officials and the current workings really make you go,
Yeah.
what?
Head
That's-
scratching.
It's scratching.
Okay, what is happening in Ireland? The Indian team has landed there. It's much cooler there, I believe, than it is in India at the moment. So what's happening?
They're liking, I think, the fact that they're doing stuff that they usually can't do over here. You just go down to a coffee shop, take a stroll down to the street. They're doing all that. You could see all the boys together, Bishnoi, etc. All of them were chilling. Like
Bishnoi and whom?
Bishnoi was there. I could see Bishnoi, Arshdeep. I think there was Shreyas as well. So the whole boys group was there. I didn't see Sooryavanshi in that video. I saw another video in which Tilak Verma, we know, is a coffee lover per se. So is T. Dilip. So both of them, it wasn't surprising to see them head across to a coffee shop where T. Dilip just quietly comes out of the coffee shop. But fans realize it's Tilak Verma over there. So Tilak gets hounded by a few fans. Bearable number of fans, I would say. I'm guessing they're liking that the fan frenzy is in control. The number of fans they can deal with those limited fans, and they can also lead a normal life, which many Indian players crave for over here, but just don't get it.
Yeah. Vaibhav also, he's moved in with his parents. He's going to the team hotel. He can share the team hotel. He can't share the team dressing room at this stage because UK's safety hands laws of 2023 ensures that anybody less than 16 cannot share the senior dressing room. So the series is built only as the Vaibhav Sooryavanshi debut series.
So, interestingly about that, when I was reading up, so Sooryavanshi can have access to the main dressing room and he
Yeah,
can
yeah.
change there. He can change there as well, but at a stipulated time.
Yeah.
So, he needs to be in that room before the senior guys come in. Of course, he needs permission to be in that room to be changing and all, because there's an alternate arrangement for him which is already made. But if he's changing over there, he needs to be out before the senior colleagues come in.
Absolutely. So the whole hype is because of Vaibhav Sooryavanshi. Yeah. Potential debut.
No, that I have to agree. I've been just reading everywhere the story in the Guardian that was about Vaibhav Sooryavanshi. Wisden's cover story this edition has been about Vaibhav Sooryavanshi. So the entire UK actually is gearing up for
Vaibhav
the
Media.
phenomena that is Vaibhav Sooryavanshi. And I think this is a discussion that we were having a short while ago, that there are comparisons being made to Sachin Tendulkar. He's not even played for India, but we are trying to compare whether it matches to the kind of noise or excitement that was around Sachin Tendulkar before making his India debut. I don't think it was as much as it is for Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, and I think that is also down to IPL. Of course,
Sign of the
Sachin.
times, more
Also,
technology.
Sachin was not playing IPL at that. There was no IPL, so Indian fans hadn't seen much. Cricketing fraternity had seen more of Sachin Tendulkar, so everyone spoke about it. He was written about in articles or written. But right now, so when Sachin went to Pakistan, even the Pakistani players didn't know much about Sachin Tendulkar. So, you have these interviews about Imran Khan and Wasim Akram saying that, in walked a young kid. He looked, we were told he's 16, he looked younger than 16 also, and we felt, poor guy, how will he face up to some of the bowlers that we have. So, even they were not so aware of a Sachin Tendulkar. In India, of course, in cricketing circles, everyone knew he had smashed 100 in Ranji Trophy, in Irani Trophy, all of that. And of course, school, he had the record, that partnership with Vinod Kamble, everyone knew of. But it wasn't like Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, where now even the Aam Janta, the public in UK, everyone knows about Vaibhav Sooryavanshi because of the IPL. So magazines are writing about him, newspapers are writing about him, visuals. So even if there were people in the rest of the world who may have heard about Sachin Tendulkar, nobody would have seen Sachin Tendulkar bat. Here, because of IPL pictures going across the world, everyone has seen Vaibhav Sooryavanshi bat. Yes. So in that sense, I can't think of any player before his debut having this kind of an impact or this kind of a craze that Vaibhav Sooryavanshi has had. Though I must tell you that, and this is what I was telling Akshay, also one of our colleagues, when he was here, that it's not that Sachin was not getting people to the ground. I was just narrating the story of when he got his first 100 in Ranji Trophy. That match finished on Tuesday, let's say. On Wednesday, he came to play a schools match for Sharda Ashram on Wednesday at Azad Maidan, that thing was. And I hear stories of people that played. I was telling Siddharth also, Sairaj Barutule played that match from the opposition, all school kid, and of course Sharda Ashram had Amol Mazumdar, Vinod Kamble. So for people who were there, they narrate that this is before Sachin has made his India debut, that Azad Maidan was packed with fans who had just come to see Sachin Tendulkar. This is before Sachin's India debut.
Yes.
So even as a school cricketer, he was so popular that people would come from far and wide, like Thane and there, that Sachin Tendulkar's match is there. So he had that, but nothing like that.
With Sooryavanshi, I'm also privy to the kind of excitement. Why I say that is because I often track the BBC website as well, and right through the IPL, I can tell you, everything that Sooryavanshi was doing landed on their homepage, not just on the cricket page, landed on the home page as well. So I could see the excitement around him building up. But to that point about this comparison that gets made between him and Sachin so often, I wasn't around at that time to be knowing what it felt like. But just picking up from what you were saying, again I look at it two ways as to why this hype is all about. The fact that this hype isn't just on the within the Indian frontiers, but beyond Indian frontiers also, because one, IPL, everyone's seen him, everyone's seen his talent also. So it's not just about a young kid out there, This is a kid who bludgeons the ball. That's one. And he's doing it at a pace which nobody else has done. Strike rate of over 250, 300 as we saw in the IPL on many occasions. Second, I feel, of course, goes without saying, has to be the fact that, again, the time that Sachin made his debut or was about to make his debut, you didn't have a television set in every house. Right now, you've got access to sports broadcast in your pocket. That's the power of digital media these days. So everyone's just seen so much of Vaibhav Sooryavanshi. There's a video out of that jersey being delivered to him, to what he feels about it, to what it is to get the India call up. We've heard his emotions. So much of it, I think, is also down to the way that sports broadcast has changed and how our sport is more and more televised now. So that also has played a role.
Though I must tell you that it's not that Sachin wasn't the guy who would bludgeon the ball. Even he was that. Just that was a different time. So in today's day and age, if Vaibhav Sooryavanshi is batting at 300 strike rate, which is what has made him so attractive, Sachin Tendulkar was batting at 150 strike rate or 100 plus strike rate in red ball cricket in a 4-day match or a 3-day match, which was also unbelievable. So he was also the reason he also attracted viewers was because he would bludgeon the ball. So they wanted to see this young kid who's batting at that phenomenal strike rate. But of course the strike rate in late 80s was very different to the strike rate or the strike rate that we used to now. But all I'm saying is that if rest of them are operating here and Vaibhav is here, similarly the case was at that time. Rest of them are operating here and Sachin was there in terms of strike rate.
Wasn't Sachin's name at that time, or the hype around Sachin, more to do with this young talent who didn't necessarily play a faster brand of cricket or wasn't known for his strike rate, but just for his sheer talent, the way he could face up to some of the fast bowlers even when he played Ranji Trophy? Or was the buzz always around, this is a guy who plays swashbuckling brand of cricket?
Oh,
with him, the
swashbuckling.
Swashbuckling.
Yeah, while of course by the way, that is with Sooryavanshi also. Why is it that he's attracted this kind of interest? Let's say tomorrow if an Abhishek Sharma also had a season like Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, would he have attracted this kind of interest? No, because he's an adult who's played a few seasons and he's doing it, and you would have said, wow, Abhishek's in outstanding form. But this kind of headline generation wouldn't have happened. I think primarily it's because he's a young kid with baby fat and he's hammering the best bowlers in the world in the manner in which he's doing. I think those two combinations made Vaibhav that. It was same for Sachin. One, that this childlike looking, baby looking batter who's playing against, and so the first time the Indian team got a taste of Sachin is, again I was telling that Dilip Vengsarkar had called him before he had made his Ranji debut also. There was an India camp in Bombay and he was I think 14 at that time, 14, 15 something like that. He called Sachin to the India nets, and those days camps used to be for many days, like a 1 month long camp and things like that. So to prepare for a series or the new season, and so he called him and there was Kapil, Dev and everyone, and they bowled to this and in fact then again I believe that Kapil Dev also said this is a young kid, and Dilip Vengsarkar said no, bowl to him full tilt, don't be that he's a child so I want, and he bowled. And I think that's when the Indian team also saw this young kid who had that. So the charm was this 14, 15-year-old little boy playing fast bowling like one of the best fast bowlers in the world at that time, with so much ease, with so much time. But secondly, in the manner in which he would play. So that match that he comes to play for school, by the way, even that record partnership with Vinod Kambli came at a frighteningly quick pace. Same with this game also. I think he got some almost at 180 odd strike rate. He got 100 in that schools match. In those days in red ball cricket, where if you were at a 50 strike rate, it was acceptable because it's supposed to be a game of endurance. He was batting above 100 strike rate in those days. So that's what everyone, and he was that first guy who was technically correct but wasn't afraid to tonk the ball and hit the ball in the air. So then he became spoken about. He can hit shots, he can hit sixes.
One of the shots that stand out, the first memorable shot, Chetan Sharma when the Mumbai versus Haryana Ranji final, bowls a short ball, and Chetan was bowling quick in those days. 135,
Chetan Sharma was quickest Indian bowler at one point.
Yep.
Quicker than Kapil Baji also.
Yes. Sachin dances down the track, flat backs it, way over long off, and it's going, and it's hit the roof. At that time, imagine the big hitting. And Sachin already had made his debut. He had scored 100 in Manchester. But man, that power at that age. And the way in the big final, 96 of 75. In a clutch final, 4th innings. Man, oh man.
Diminutive guy, thin bat, ball goes long way.
Yes, incredible. There's something else. Anyway, question now is Vaibhav Sooryavanshi making his India debut in Ireland? Will Ireland bear witness to that historical moment?
If the elements of nature don't go against it. Because on 26th in Belfast, 88% chances of rain.
Oh,
In
why,
the afternoon.
why does Siddharth have to be the party pooper all the time?
Blame Mother Nature. Because see, look at it.
Oh, he's got a full.
Traffic ready.
What is it?
Probability of precipitation is 88%. We have to hope that the ground,
Rain shadows at that.
12%. I
noticed
hope
it.
the ground is in that rain shadow area of 12%. I just hope. But look at it, 3 hours of rain, 5 millimeters expected.
But the 3 hours can happen earlier in the day, na?
This is afternoon.
Oh.
This is the noon period.
And now they've changed the match timing.
6
as well.
o'clock, it's 3.5 hours or 4.5 hours before. It's 1:32 o'clock. And the weather, even on 28th, is
So
not
if it
that
starts
promising.
at 2, it goes on till 5, 6.
And they don't have
that's match
lights and
time.
things.
They don't have lights. And the problem is, the venue is not that good for drainage.
Yeah,
He's just
Only
Siddharth,
if the see, but again, I'm saying this is the UK. Okay, on one occasion, it was just one cloud, sunny, no rain expected. It poured and poured from that one cloud, and I said, "What weather is this here?" I just got stunned by the UK weather, and I can't. If there is a way how
What time are you talking about?
it was 2007-8. I'm wondering if mankind deserves a Nobel Peace Prize for something that you really want to crack the UK weather. It is the-
mankind, it seems.
yes, no, even the local meteorologists get the weather wrong in the United Kingdom.
So it's not just the IMD, huh?
It's not the IMD. The weather forecasters even need to be paid in crores in the United Kingdom just to get their weather report correct. It doesn't go right. We hope that 88% doesn't happen.
Okay, tomorrow match starts at 6 p.m. Indian time. At about 3 p.m., Siddharth will do a fresh update.
Yes.
Rain.
3 hours before the game, and let us know if the match is happening or not, because our viewers can then tune into Sports Today and figure out what's the latest, right?
Sure.
So that will help us know. Okay, so I'll rephrase the question. If we do get 1 or 2 matches and weather gods are kind to us, are we seeing Vaibhav Sooryavanshi
What?
not only wear the India jersey which he's already worn, wear the India cap and walk out
Yes, he will. Yes.
in Ireland?
Yes. At the age of
So you're not
15
saying
years,
If not tomorrow, the
the
second
Sunday,
T20, yeah.
Sunday game.
Either ways,
Either way.
I'm saying weather gods are kind. So tomorrow also, if you're getting the game,
At the age of 15, history is being made. The debut is happening. It is. You're going to see Sachin's record, the previous record, the youngest Indian debutant in cricket history. Now that is going to be hasta la vista, bye-bye, record broken. Vaibhav Sooryavanshi is going to make his debut at the age of 15 years. It's happening.
Yeah, I don't think they've taken him there just to see if he still fits in his winter wear from last season. That he's there to play cricket for the Indian team. If again, it's how do you say no? I know, kids can be persistent, but this is a kid that is persistent for the right reasons. So you can't even sort of mollycoddle him out of a place in the playing 11. There's no way.
See,
There's
he is
absolutely
not
no way.
persistent. Persistence chose him. Again, I'll tell you, how can you ignore the Asia Cup knockoff, that tri-series knockoff 94 of 29? How can you ignore 700 plus runs at a strike rate of 250 at an average of close to 50?
T20 cricket, there's been enough proof. How can you ignore? We talk about the best batsmen out there struggle at times when it comes to knockout matches. We saw 29 ball 97 and we saw another 40 odd ball 98. So we've seen enough of Vaibhav Sooryavanshi in this format, I will repeat. And yeah, somebody, I don't know who that somebody will be, but that somebody will have to make way for 15
No,
years.
for what you were saying that you have not taken him to see and test his winter wear there. But the thing is that because he's part of the England tour as well, the argument could be made that yes, he will get a chance, maybe not immediately, maybe in one of the games in England. So you could look at it as a larger this thing that of course you've taken him there, you will give him a chance, but that chance might come later. That's an option they could. But you are saying that no, it will happen in Ireland,
No,
right?
it's so England, because we're talking about Vaibhav, let's try and use school terminology. This is a unit test, and that is a term exam. Before the term exam, unit tests are there for a reason. This is like that 25 mark unit test before you appear for that 80 mark or that 100 mark term test. I look at these two matches that, so before you get into a stadium, that's filled with thousands of Indians.
He's used to it. He's played the IPL.
Yeah, but you're playing for India now. That jersey, that fabric comes with its own weight as well. So before you just get into that zone, and Ireland is not going to have those many Indian supporters. No, there will be there, and just that kick of playing for India, you rather have him get that in Ireland than take him to England. And by the time he's prepared, see, he knows what he's getting into. So why not?
What preparation are you talking about? This guy knows no fear. There is nothing called fear in his vocabulary. This is just a launch pad. Koi unit test, no term exam. Ye direct board exam. This is direct board exam. He's prepared so much. His
board exam
his
will be in
his unit test, his Viva, his term exams are all been done. Under 19 Asia World Cup, Asia, this thing, Tri-Series, Emerging Asia Cup, everything, that's all been done.
Thank God you said board and not neat.
Ah,
Neat, he would have to take it.
you'll have to retake it.
No, but the argument for that is, while all of us are excited to see him, so am I, the argument is that for a lot of players that come into the setup, you say that, okay, he's a backup. And truth be told, Vaibhav is a backup right now. Your openers are Sanju Samson, Abhishek, right? They are the World Cup in you. You always say now that backup will get a chance eventually if injury happens or something. We start with incumbents, the one who are supposed to start. And that's what you do with a lot of players. I'm saying if it wasn't Vaibhav, if it was anybody else, that would have been our approach, right? Whether it's in Test cricket, ODI cricket, in T20, we oftentimes say that. So, what do you make of the argument where people might say that why are we pre-deciding whether Vaibhav plays or not? Go with your regular team. Once, what do you do with typical backups? Either they come in if somebody is injured or they come in once series is won. So, in England, once you've gotten, because you must remember, while you and I may not look at bilateral very seriously, your coach does.
Yeah.
He has said, remember in Australia he had said.
I remember.
So, then it will be like, okay, once if we've taken a lead that we can't lose a series, it is 3-1 or whatever, 3-0 or something like that, then we play him. Why is that logic not applied?
I think to that, and I agree with you that whenever there's an incumbent pair or an incumbent player, somebody else comes in on the back of good domestic performances or good simulation matches or whatever it is, good IPL, then you say, okay, this guy deserves to be in the mix now, and whenever there's an opportunity, this guy gets it now. Simple as. But in Vaibhav's case, it isn't just about taking his chances, making the opportunity count in the IPL. What you oftentimes say about getting into the India mix or into the playing 11 is that you need to bring that door down. Those are very strong doors that the Indian cricket team has. You need to bring that door down, and I think young Vaibhav Sooryavanshi has done that. He wasn't just knocking on the door in the IPL. I think he's done enough to blast that door off, and he's stormed his way into that dressing room, I think. So the performance is so extraordinary. It's not like you have to make a choice between somebody with a 165 strike rate and a 185 strike rate. That's not the debate here. It's a 165 and a 265. That is massive. It makes you look like a team that has already got the record of posting most 240 plus totals. You can now think of 300 and going past 300 as well when you've got a bazooka like Vaibhav Sooryavanshi. So I think the sheer power and the talent is such that you will have to take that call. How do you say no?
Okay, we'll try and make the 11, and then the question is, who do you put out for the first T20I? What do you do? Right?
Yes.
Are we going to do the exercise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who are your openers then?
I have to nominate it.
I've also nominated.
How about you?
The
I'll
second.
start. It is Abhishek Sharma and Vaibhav Sooryavanshi. They are my
What
two
wrong
openers.
has Sanju Samson done?
Story of his life. We all back
So you
Sanju.
have the chance to correct that story of his life. You are a selector today in this studio.
Yes.
So what call are you making?
See, Sanju scored 4 back-to-back match-winning knocks which ensured India won the T20 World Cup. Right? Abhishek Sharma didn't start well. But then he's been giving you impactful knocks on and off. In the IPL also, he didn't do all that badly. Sanju Samson, when I have to look at it, whenever he has come in, he's always been the fall guy. Irrespective position, I'll bat lower down, Sanju Samson's done it. Now you're stuck on an opener, but remember, initially, you only got Sanju Samson in when you had to counter the off-spin threat. Until that time, you had your two left-handers. Only when you countered the off-spin threat did a right-hander come in. Until then, was Sanju Samson gonna be your go-to guy? No. He helped me win the World Cup. Now he gets phased out. I already have an Ishan Kishan in top form. To make room for Vaibhav, I will have to, unfortunately, if I have to be ruthless, drop my best player from the T20 World Cup in Sanju Samson. I have to do that. A Surya couldn't escape. How can a Sanju escape?
I'm going to do the exact opposite, and my reason is exactly what Siddharth says. I'm basing my argument on the simple reason that in a long tournament you realize teams are going to use that tactic. Too many left-handers. The first 3 are left-handers, and this is a realization I just very recently had. Why do I have to be that experimental, or why do I have to go back to doing something that I had to course correct on? Sanju Samson was my troubleshooter in the T20 World Cup. We were not winning it if we hadn't found an answer. Teams were happily bowling their part-time bowlers and getting that early breakthrough. If that's a learning from a big tournament like the T20 World Cup, why do I have to go back on it? Why do I have to undo the learning? So Sanju Samson has to be the starting guy, has to be the opener for me alongside Sooryavanshi, because we very much know at number 3 is an informed Ishan Kishan. So why do I need top 3, and why do I want to get into bilaterals to be able to again get to 2028 or another high profile series for that matter? Let's say England, where you're feeling after 3 T20s, let's say if you lose the first 3, and this is again a ploy that gets used because there's a Sooryavanshi opening alongside Abhishek, and you deploy one of your finger spinners, let's say Will Jacks or somebody gets all those wickets, then what do you do then? You'll again ask Sanju to come back. So I don't want that mistake to happen again. I'll have a left hand right hand combination. The coach also likes that, I believe. And then you'll have again a left hand right hand combination in 3 and 4 with Iyer and Ishan.
I would have India's set team play the first T20I, which is open with Sanju Samson, Abhishek, number 3 Ishan Kishan, number 4 Shreyas Iyer. Okay, but I want to give Sooryavanshi a chance also. So in my second T20I, I will put a Sooryavanshi in, but I will not remove an Abhishek. I will not remove a Sanju Samson. I'm going to rest Ishan Kishan. Not because Ishan is not an integral part of the team. By the way, he was also instrumental in you winning the World Cup. Some of the crucial knocks. He played. He's also the man in form, as he was in the IPL, as he was in the ODI series. But Ishan is going to play games for me in ODI
Yes.
in England. I'll definitely get him to play. Now that there's no Yashasvi as well, he's definitely going to be there, probably batting in the middle order. It is a possibility, right? So what I'm going to do is for the second game, and that I'll put it in the 11. I'll have a left hand right hand combination in Sanju Samson and Sooryavanshi to open. I'll get Abhishek to bat at number 3 for the second T20. First one I'm getting Ishan to play. I'm just rotating. I'm just looking at various options. And by the way, I'll have another 5 T20Is going forward, right? So I can, my thing will be between Sanju, Abhishek, Sooryavanshi, Ishan. I'll keep playing 3 players every game. And the 4th guy keeps sitting on the bench and rotation, by which each of those players can get a good 2 to 3 games in the 7 T20Is. That's going to be my approach in how to deal with, where I see Sooryavanshi also, and I also ensure that Sanju and Abhishek remain my first choice, right? So I do this, Sanju, Sooryavanshi. I'm not going to be as harsh on Sanju as Siddharth is, just because that's been the story of his life. He's been my man of the tournament, he will start, okay? But he will also rest a few games later, as will Abhishek, as will Sooryavanshi, as will Ishan Kishan. So then number 3 I'll put Abhishek in a game, and you can write, it could be Abhishek / Ishan. Yeah, this is just for one. By the way, as I told you, this whole series is going to be rotation. Abhishek can come in, and Sooryavanshi might sit out in one game.
Or Sanju can be 3.
Yeah, no, but left hand, right hand I want. So Sanju has to be there.
Sanju
Rest of
starting
all your thing. No, 1 game, 2 games you'll do with both lefties and that. Yeah, where he'll sit out.
Because you know that off-spin ploy, I did think about it. But you know, Sooryavansh's attacking mindset, I mean, if you bowl a spinner, one thing is certain, 10%, if you look at the way how he played, even in those slow pitches in Dambulla, okay, 10% chance you can get rid of him. I mean, remember Afghanistan, they dropped 2 catches of him. One was of an off spinner. But 90% of the times he'll murder the spinners. That's the technique that he's got. So, I don't think an England or an Ireland will risk a finger spinner to Sooryavanshi in particular if he's on strike. The only way how England and Ireland, if they play smartly, if they want to neutralize the Sooryavanshi effect, they'll have to prepare very sluggish pitches. But it is at a kryptonite to their batters also.
No, I don't think they can afford to make slow pitches. I think you'll get, either you'll get seam-friendly pitches or you'll get good batting pitches. I think either one of that you're going to get in Ireland. Then, of course, your captain in Shreyas Iyer has to be there. What do you do then with the middle order? Let's go from 11 onwards so you can get the balance of your bowlers as well.
Arshdeep.
Arshdeep has to be there.
Yeah, okay. So let's go with Arshdeep at 10. Because Arshdeep is slightly better batter as well, right?
Yeah.
So Arshdeep at 10. There will be Harshit Rana for sure.
That's at number 8.
That's 8.
At 8, okay.
Yeah.
Harshit Rana at 8, okay.
And let's fit in a Bishnoi as well at 11.
No, there's an Akshar Patel. So
Akshar
I don't know
7.
whether in Ireland I may need another spinner. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Or do I go with a fast bowler? So I'm saying just try and fit in all your players that you can.
7 Akshar.
And there's a
7
Washington Sundar as well.
Sundar, yeah.
So I don't know, Bishnoi doesn't get a chance.
Akshar though has to play in the 11.
Yeah.
Okay,
Akshar,
so
Sundar.
Akshar plays, Sundar plays.
Yeah. Those are my 2 spinners.
Sundar, are we sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batting.
Yeah.
You have Shivam Dubey as well.
Dubey will also be there.
But Dubai will be 5.
So if Dubey is 5, Akshar is 7.
Let's do Dubey.
Akshar at 7. Washi at 6.
6.
Okay, but the problem is you are having 3 left-handers.
That doesn't matter. I think middle order you will
Ah.
you can push it, or you get a Sriran Shedge in directly.
Shedge.
I'm not too convinced with his bowling.
Bowling, yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. Anyway, let's just put one more fast bowler you'll definitely
Prasid.
need. So Prasidh at 11.
Yeah.
Prasid?
Or Prince.
No, Prasidh is going to be ahead of Prince for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just in terms of the pecking
Rotation.
order, you can even.
It'll be Prasid slash Prince as we know.
Yeah, then that's why I say Harshit then goes to 9,
Hmm.
right? You've
Yeah.
got 3 fast bowlers done,
Yes.
right? So then if you put an Akshar at 8,
Wachi.
just say Akshar at 8, Sundar at 7, and you put a Shedge in
Shedge.
as well.
You can get a shade game.
That way your batting has, and then you've got enough bowlers, or you can even do this, you can do,
No, but we haven't. Where's Tilak?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you will have to get a Tilak Verma at number 5, so Dubey goes to 6.
Yes.
Yeah,
So Shedge, only one between Shedge and Sundar can play.
yeah.
Mostly Sundar only will play. Shedge is just
Because
there
you've
as a
not
backup.
taken a Bishnoi as well, na?
Yeah.
So you'll take a
So it'll
second.
be
spinner.
Tilak.
Yeah, how spin? Yeah, I think you'll need a second spinner. in the
So
middle
they
of-
will do the job.
Yeah.
On an occasion, if you play, if it is a spin-friendly track, you play a Bishnoi, in which case, then, you know, one
Dubey
of
goes
you,
out,
no, Sundar goes out,
Sundar goes out.
then Akshar goes to 7, Harshit goes to 8, Arshdeep to 9,
Hmm.
and then Bishnoi at 10 and Prasidh at 11.
Yeah, you've got 6 bowling options in the combination we've gone with Dubey being the 6th, who I
Yeah.
hope will continue to be
Yeah,
good
I
two
think he
overs.
will. I think you've got enough bowlers, 3 fast bowlers, 2 spinners, and a medium pacer. So I think this would be your ideal combination.
And that is the reason probably Tilak was batting lower down the order for Mumbai Indians. In
Yeah.
the IPL of 2026.
Correct.
He's your number 5. You got the, but again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 left-handers from number 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you look up on top, out of the top 8, 6 are left-handers.
But India, when they won the World Cup,
They-
also had a
they
lot
had
of
that same combination.
lefties. So that's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's on the top order where you then get a spinner, and that was becoming an issue, I
Yeah.
think, which is what they sorted. So yeah, and again, as I see this series, this is a series going to be an experiment. So you'll bring in a Prince for a few games, rest a Prasidh, something like that. You might even get Suran Shedge in a game or two where
Washi goes out.
Washi goes out. So
Dubey goes out.
yeah, there's a lot of
Because I'm only expecting at best 2 overs from Shedge.
yeah.
At best
That will
2.
be very charitable.
Yeah, but at the moment, even Dubai, you're looking at
2 overs. only.
so I think they have, see, the kind of team that they've selected is they have a lot of like for like sort of replacements, and they will look at giving as many chances. That's why I think they will see it as a 7-match T20I series rather than 2, and that's what we probably try and tell a player who's made to sit out. For example, if Ishan is sitting out the first game, you say like, listen, long tour, you'll play 3 or 4. Abhishek, you'll play 3 or 4 out of these. Sanju, you'll play 3, Sooryavanshi, something like that. And so similarly for your bowlers, your fast bowling all-rounders, everyone you do. Bishnoi also some games you'll play where you can rest Sundar. So plenty of options that way. I don't think it'll be a hard and fast rule. Anyway, we saw in this ODI series versus Afghanistan, Indian team was experimenting. Jaiswal batting at 3 on occasions as well. You rotated players, giving everyone a chance. I think that will be their approach. I think what will be interesting in team selection will be the ODIs, not so much T20Is, because you're not looking at any big T20I
You have
tournament.
7 matches over there,
This
and you
will-
need a fixed formula over there to go in.
Yeah, and plus you don't mind experimenting because you're not sealing in on a team right now. So no extended run. See as many players
This
as
will
you
be the
can.
last T20I series then after 2 months. 2 months you don't play any T20Is.
Just as well.
Oh, we have been playing it since November. Yeah.
We had overdose of IPL as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously. So
Yeah, what have we got? What is it that our learned viewers are saying? That I think will make for interesting. By the way, horrendous the Indian women's team has been on the field. About 4 to 5 catches they've got.
dropped. Yeah.
Terrible, absolutely terrible.
And their catching
They'll still
efficiency-
manage to win this game.
I
But
know, but I was looking at it.
But
Their
looks like a
catching
slow
efficiency has been the lowest. By the way, Pakistan until the previous match were better off by 1% in terms of catch efficiency. India were at 71%, Pakistan 72.
terrible. And
Lowest.
some of those catches were like the easiest of them all.
Yeah.
They've been so bad, I can't tell you. These 5 catches in this game, I've seen them drop.
Exactly. Terrible.
Okay, Rakesh Bhushan says, Nikhil, Vaibhav has earned the buzz with performance across formats. His father is handling endorsements well and VK stress staying focused. What external pressure do you think could distract or burden him from here on? Ooh,
The burden of expectations only. Like how every game you want him to see him hit big sixes. Every game you want to ensure he gets to a strike rate of 200, 250. It is this burden of expectations here, Rakesh Bhushan. That is why that kills a player off. The pressure to keep on performing, that's the killer.
But he's shown like there was expectations from him this season in the IPL because of that 100 that he got last season. Just didn't let it have any impact. Plus, there was expectations by the time his team reached the playoff, he was the number 1 star and yet he performed with that expectation. There was expectations from him in the final of the A series. So he's been able to handle that as well. I see nothing going wrong. I just hope the form stays. That's the only
That's
thing.
what, I mean, see, if we all thought that Tendulkar, he also had lean patches because of the burden of expectations that was there. International cricket is brutal. Let's make no mistake about it. Now, Sooryavanshi, whatever it is, all those ridiculous arguments are doing, oh, how dare you sledge a 15-year-old kid? Excuse me, hello. The kind of abuse that Kyle Jamieson got, absolutely unwarranted. Boss, you're playing high octane, high pressure cricket. Then by that logic, Sooryavanshi shouldn't play. He's a kid now. Why expose a kid to such kind of pressure? No. Strange. Now the real test begins.
Okay, Mihir Singh says, Nikhil, it's high time we ask more questions about Indian women's team fielding coach. They dropped 4 catches again today. It's my opinion. Why no foreign coaches for women's team from Australia? Why only Indian coaches for women's team? I mean, I partly agree with your statement and partly disagree. I completely agree that questions need to be asked about their fielding. Absolutely terrible. We were discussing that a short while ago. They've been horrendous. But I'm not also a big fan of only getting foreign coaches. I'm sure there are enough Indian coaches that can tell you the correct art of fielding. You need to identify the correct people. 70s, 80s, we weren't known for our fielding. But I think from 90s onwards, you start having good fielders from Azhar and Robin Singh and Jadeja. From there on, you've had a good crop of fielders coming through, and now we see in the IPL also, very good fielders. So get good people on board, but doesn't have to be necessarily Australian. I don't believe in that only Australians can do it. Now some of the Indian fielders are better. Yeah. Show me a better fielder than Ravindra Jadeja that you can see, or a Manish Pandey, or.
And Mihir Singh, Australia, a certain Punjab Kings had Ricky Ponting as the coach, and was their catching efficiency one of the greatest in the world?
No, Ricky was a great coach.
Was a great catcher,
fielder as well.
Yeah, he was a superb catcher, but then it's like a virus. He called the catch dropping a virus.
Yeah.
Punjab Kings didn't heat their own very good fielder at that time. They didn't. A certain Shashank Singh would testify to that, unfortunately. Mir Singh is saying, reason I say foreign coaches for women team, I prefer those coaches who win champions with international women's team. Again,
but there was a Indian coaching staff that won you the 50-over World Cup.
Yeah.
Credit.
You have to capitalize on the moments. There was one moment, Australia, where they were so mortal. They dropped 3 catches and they lost.
Even in the Asia Cup, I remember India was one of the worst fielding sides. The men's team I'm talking about, it takes me back to what I think R. Sridhar had said, the former fielding coach. He simply says that people don't talk about it enough, but what's happening in these practice sessions is there's so much focus on the primary skill set for a player. So batters will go have extended batting sessions, bowlers will go have extended bowling sessions. This has just, fielding sessions have become very customary now. There isn't enough attention because you only got, let's say, 3 hours of a practice session. You've decided to spend a large chunk of the time practicing the primary skill, then only comes the fielding thing, where there is a small window, and that's him saying it, not me.
Yeah.
That tells you if you're not dedicating that much time to your fielding, then if the window's gotten shorter, then of course it will reflect when you're there in a pressure situation and take those catches.
Indeed.
Cricket 1974, who joins us from the US, says Sachin Tendulkar's buzz was age and talent. Plenty had better strike rate. No, I can't think of too many batters at that time. I mean, forget about domestic cricket. Even when he broke through into the Indian team, just take a look at the first World Cup he plays, 92. He bats more aggressively than any other batter that I can think of. Chris Shrikant, you could have said as an opener,
But
who
that
was known to.
Yeah.
But he would be an opener, and that time there was a power play, so he could make use of, going over the top. Sachin would come in the middle order and still play those shots the way he did. I think his strike rate was also far superior than anyone. That's why I said he was far better than. I remember, watching cricket at that time. What attracted to me is, of course, his young age, as I say, but also the manner in which he would bat. Like, he could tonk the ball here and there, and very aggressive as a batter. Otherwise, your aggressive batter used to be Azhar, but more technically correct, down the ground. Here was Sachin who would go through with the shot.
When you look at aggressive batters in the 80s also, Sandeep Patil,
Yeah.
lower down the order, that
Yeah.
too. Yashpal Sharma, but only once or twice.
Yeah, but then they were all dashers.
Hmm.
Here was a Sachin who was technically correct and bat at that strike rate, plus young. He was not only batting at a high strike rate, he was also your top run getter.
And consistent.
Yeah, so your top run getters weren't necessarily the ones batting at high strike rate. The ones batting at high strike rates weren't necessarily your top run getters. But Sachin combined the two, and he was ahead of his time.
Yeah. Rakesh
Rakesh
Bhushan.
Says that my only concern is we parachuted Gill and Sanju lost his place despite not failing. If Vaibhav replaces one between Sanju and Abhishek and succeeds, one may be forgotten like Jaiswal. Shouldn't incumbents lose their spot only after poor form?
No, it's a valid point, and largely to that I agree. But also, Rakesh, the thing is, and this is the same debate we were having in ODI cricket. I think while your incumbents in Gill and Rohit may continue to get runs, the problem is you're having to look at others, because you're saying if a Jaiswal is performing so much better than, let's say, a Rohit is at the moment. It's not that Rohit's not doing well. Jaiswal's gotten 200 in the last 3 innings he's played. So that pressure is adding on. And now, if you were to experiment with a Sooryavanshi going forward, sometime he plays an ODI game or two. And if he performs like that in ODI cricket as he's done in the A series or in the youth ODIs that he's played, then it's not that the incumbents aren't performing, it's the guy who's coming is so much better. What do you do? That's the thing. Version, your iPhone may be doing very well, doing all the job, but the next one, if it comes and it's so much more quicker and has 10,000 more feature, then you upgrade, no? Not that the current phone is not doing its job of answering phone calls, of taking pictures, or helping you use apps. The next one's better. 18 is going to come. I believe it's going to be Fold this time.
My God.
Leaves
The
are out.
experiment, somewhere I saw, they're experimenting with that idea. Fold.
So we should all then be prepared for marketing, Apple marketing, which will make it look like the best thing after sliced bread.
Though Samsung's done it even before then.
Huawei
has done it.
Huawei does everything 10 years earlier.
Chinese government, technically, under the guise of Huawei.
Huawei.
Who are we?
Pranit Datta saying, sit as selective memory. What was Abhishek's form in the T20 World Cup? Ideally, Vaibhav should replace Abhi. Too many left-handers. Abhi has been found out in international. I know that he had a very, very bad start. 3 ducks.
Made up later
But he made it up later, na yaar. Where is that selective memory gone now? I mean, in the final, didn't
But
he?
he's comparing Sanju and Abhi.
Sure, but then again, what do you do about the fact, like, okay, Abhishek can strike at 200. He can do that. Sanju can be 170, 180. Not much, but it makes an impact. I know, it's the same conundrum with Surya. He never lost a single series. He won you the T20 World Cup in his very first attempt as captain. But the form with the bat was so bad, you let go of him. Huh?
This is just a difficult choice right
It's a
now.
very difficult choice.
That's why I gave a nice solution. Play
Rotate.
everyone, rotate, musical chairs.
Ideally, see, looking at it practically, it will be Sanju and Abhishek who should start. But then Vaibhav's made so many noises, you cannot ignore him. And if I have 2 destructive left-handers at the top, why not? Yeah? Just because of that one tweak of that off spinner, I don't think in Vaibhav you'll have that problem.
It's not that Sanju isn't destructive.
Yes. As I said, 200, 180. I mean, that is the thing I'm talking about. Yeah, it's so narrow. It's so unfair. But that's the way it goes.
Proni Datta says, no, you've taken Dhanush. Dhanush
Yeah.
is saying, why Tilak vice captain he flopped number 3, demoted down the order?
It's Ireland. That weightage of this is
No,
because
but
you're
he's
playing.
even in England, no?
Even in England, I think, see.
He's your vice captain.
he's
I
your-
think you're looking at him as a future leader.
Yeah.
You are.
He was your India A
He also
captain.
didn't have a very good World Cup per se. I know
In-
he got some runs, but
In
he
IPL 2027, don't be surprised if a certain franchisee makes Tilak Verma the captain.
Hmm?
after the.
Yes. Who's there?
I would have agreed with you if he had more runs this time.
No, yeah. Now runs are not the criteria
Sky?
anymore. The sky falls happened.
JB?
No. Why
He
you're
plays
going
all 14 matches?
No, you'll.
No, I think
he didn't
Tilak
play.
will be ahead of.
You want which
Maybe.
barring Pat, name any bowler who's the captain.
No,
in the
because
IPL.
JB, the thing is that he missed out
last game he missed out. That's
no,
it.
last to last season he
Yeah.
missed out half a season.
Half a
That's
season.
the issue.
Yeah. And look, 2027, boss, it's ODI World Cup year. Please.
What have Mumbai Indians got to do with it? They will
Ah.
not be challenging
Ah.
for the World Cup trophy.
No. In 2022, Bumrah came back.
And not
from
that any
injury.
exceptions are made that somebody will
Bumrah
rest.
played 14 games, he couldn't play any for India. When Mumbai were assured a wooden spoon, Tabhi he played all 14. And you re-aggravated his injury. You didn't play the 2022 World Cup with Bumrah. I'm sorry. That's the bitter
If
truth.
you're giving me a fully charged phone, if you're telling me use it as much as you feel like, I'll make sure that the battery dies. I'll keep using it till that time.
You are the last person who is such a miser when it comes to battery. Keeps calculating this much percentage less, no more. This
And
much
that
you
too
should
iPhone
charge.
for battery.
Again, that's workload
terrible.
management that I do.
Yeah, not workload.
iPhone and batteries should never ever be put in the same sentence. They are the worst when it comes to compatibility. iPhone and the battery.
Yeah, that's
Not a
true.
strong relationship.
Yeah, that I agree. I mean, Android is far better than that. That I can't.
Life has
say.
improved ever since I got an Android. With an iPhone, it was a nightmare.
Yeah, battery wise, and now even the phone quality of some of the phones at half the price. The camera quality.
Yeah.
I'm amazed.
The longevity is there. One thing I've come to realize,
Yes, it to a long time, but now they're catching up on that also, slowly and
the
steadily.
hardware doesn't give up. I must compliment.
No,
that
100%.
compliments due.
Agree.
Yeah.
But now they're catching up on that front.
Rajat Agarwal is saying, don't you think Indian cricket team lacks power hitter at 6-7 in ODIs?
What would be your 11? You've got the openers, Rohit,
Gill,
Shubman, Virat.
Iyer, Rahul, that's your number 5.
Yeah,
6
Rahul.
with no Hardik Pandya.
Let's assume there is 6 Hardik Pandya.
Yeah. Plus, KL's also been doing that role. He did it on occasions. whereas-
7 Aksar.
Mm.
five.
Very
Harshit 8.
inconsistent.
Harshit 8.
Harshit 8.
Yeah.
There is there.
No, not that consistent.
I think they'll need to get another batter where Harshit then goes to 9,
9,
Akshar
yeah.
at 8, like that.
Washington Sundar then.
Washington Sundar will come
Washington.
in, yeah. But the firepower about hitting,
Yeah, Washi will give you cameos.
Dubey.
but
You need
Safe
Dubey.
cameos lower down the order. You need Dube.
Dube.
You need a Dube. Ishan Bhatt though is saying Tilak should sit out post Asia Cup form. Hasn't been great. For me, Vaibhav should make the debut for the form he is in. Vaibhav, Abhi, Sanju, Ishan, Shreyas top order.
Yeah, but then Shreyas at 5.
Sarpanchi ko you're playing at 4.
Ah.
Yeah. See, one of Ishan or Sanju will play. That's the thing. It'll be Ishan/Sanju at number 3. If that is the case.
Yeah.
But by the way, Abhishek Sharma did start his career at number 3 for Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Yeah, but those are old days now.
Okay, we'll take a few more questions before we wind up. We've got Pralab Rai. He says, why is everyone doubting Rohit Sharma suddenly? He has 50 plus average since Champions Trophy and he has also performed in tough conditions in Australia where everyone failed. What more can he do? No, you're absolutely right. I think Rohit's quite determined. You can make out that he wants to play the World Cup and he has all the right. And The Indian teams also, backing him to play. My point is, the competition is getting stiffer. And people who are pushing him, you take a look at it. So who's pushing for that spot? Yashasvi Jaiswal. Look at the chances that he's got. He's gotten 200s last 3 games that he's played, performed, right? He's not gotten any more chances. Let's not forget there's Ishan Kishan.
Yes.
Who's pushing for a spot there. That middle order we made, he wasn't fitting in there. He may be challenging in for the top order. What do you do then? And he's been in outstanding form. He's done well in the ODIs when he used to play. Now you got him back in T20Is, he's doing that, and there's no reason why he can't do that. And he had a much better IPL, and those things are looked at than Rohit did, right? So again, he's a contender. What do you do? The competition is getting. I gave you an example of Vaibhav, not now. Maybe 6 months down the line, if he's had a good time in T20Is for India, you think you can take him to ODIs. You give him a few games. If he has that same impact, as I said, he's had at India A level or under 19 level, what do you do? So the competition is, it's not that, as I said, it's not that iPhone 16 or 17 would be bad once 18 comes. When 18 comes, and if you have the money, won't you get the 18? Because it will do something better than 17.
It won't be about the color. It's about the performance.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's not that 17 suddenly becomes bad. It's there, but something else has come which is better. That's the issue.
Yes.
Shubham says, why Rohit Sharma so keen to play 27 World Cup? He also knows he won't survive till 27 World Cup. Why Indian players so reluctant to retire and go gracefully? But to Shubham, that I'll say, like, every player has a right to fight for his. See, think of it from Rohit Sharma's point of view. He desires a 50 over World Cup. Doesn't have it. Some of his contemporaries won in 2011. They could hold that. Including a Virat Kohli had that. Players that he's played with, all of them have had.
The great Sachin Tendulkar also was contemplating retirement after the debacle of 2007. And we know that he almost took that decision as well until he had that conversation with his brother. And he started then making a 4-year plan.
So,
Sachin Tendulkar
he has...
every athlete,
he has a right.
The holy grail in our sport is the 50 over World Cup.
Yeah, but for that he will have to keep performing at that level to ensure the competition that's coming behind stays behind and doesn't go ahead. It's a race, right? At the end of the day, that's what professional sport is like. No matter who you are always challenging, trying to compete, trying to be. I mean, I'm giving the TT. Manika Batra was the queen bee of Indian table tennis. Suddenly she finds herself out, right? She's challenging, she's fighting, but that's the nature of sport.
Yeah, I mean,
in all sport.
It's like those engineering colleges, na? Virus gives you the message. Life is a race. And Rohit Sharma is fighting that race with Yashasvi Jaiswal. So I don't know. I mean, again, Indian players have never timed their retirement to perfection. I'll just say that.
That is true. But again, to each his own. I'll never grudge anyone. I mean, that's a personal call.
Rohit didn't do well against New Zealand. Did well against Afghanistan.
Probably wouldn't have had this conversation if
Don't talk about November 19th all over again, please.
And his fellow Australians did not spoil the party.
Okay, Sarat says, Nick sir, you always say selection should be on merit and not of rejecting the people, wanting to fail. It's unfair on players. If we see recent reports on Rohit Sharma, aren't management and selectors doing that against him? No, but Sarat, that's what I'm saying. I don't know about the reports. And I mean, there are contradicting reports there as well, right? The fact of the matter is they still backed him and he's your first choice opener in England, right? But then if you're talking about merit, that's what I say, that competition continues. What do you see at the end of the day? You, I, Rohit Sharma, everyone, as an Indian, we may have personal desire, but the first thing is that you need to win the World Cup. Harshit keeps, hurting from that November 19th till today. So what is the desire? Next time you win it. Now, when you go to play that World Cup, you want to take your best team. Not about emotions. You could be the biggest Virat Kohli fan, Rohit Sharma fan, Jasprit Bumrah fan, whoever. But once you are 3-4 months before that World Cup, pick the best in-form team. Pick the best fast bowlers, the best spinners, the best batters. Now, if you have certain best players who've been doing exceptionally well everywhere, how do you leave them out because of emotions? You can't do that. You need experience, I completely agree. But you need to be the best performing opener, middle order batter, spinner, fast bowler, fast bowling all-rounder, whatever you may be, you have to be the best
Yeah. See,
to make the team.
it's not as if Rohit Sharma, if he leaves, the Indian opening department is going to fall into pieces. There are others.
Yeah.
So you're not you just want that, okay, Rohit fulfills and completes the story in 2027. That's the only desire that many fans are sharing. But is it aligned with Team India's vision and goal at this point? See, he didn't have a good time against New Zealand, but he did well against Afghanistan. He did well against Australia. He's done well against South Africa.
24 something or 49 and then a 70 odd.
Yeah, 79. So Rohit is making the right noises, but then there is a reason why people who play only one format, they get pushed out immediately. Look at Shikhar Dhawan. Shikhar Dhawan was a captain for one series pair. After that, he didn't play. That's how bad one format players are. They are on thin ice every single day.
Okay, final comment, Ishan Bhatt, he asks you.
Yeah, Sid, sitting out Sanju and Ishan will be incredibly harsh. Tilak is the vice captain, but for me doesn't play in T20 basis. Others are in better form than Tilak. Well, that's why he shifted down at number 5 for Mumbai Indians in IPL 2026. Did decently well. Scored 100, but I think 100 was not at number 5. That Gujarat Titans 100 that he got.
I remember.
We have to check that out. But then see, he got 100, he got a 50, he was batting aggressively. He had some cameos. I mean, come on, that game against Punjab Kings at Dharamshala. He is modifying his game in that way. But I didn't leave out Ishan though. I left only Sanju out in the basis.
Okay.
This was story of his life.
Yes, sorry.
On that note, we'll call it a evening, not night. Remember, I said that primarily because we are going to be back
With the women's team match.
at around 10:30, quarter to 11, whenever the game gets done. Looks like India would be chasing close to 225, 125, 130, somewhere in that range. Whatever that is, it's a crucial game for them. But if they lose, the campaign's done and dusted. World Cup is over. If they win, they have
They'll have to fight another game.
they have a
Until
ray
Sunday.
of hope if they have to beat Australia to do that. So we'll wait for that. But for now,
Yeah,
that's all that we have on the dugout. Tomorrow is the game, so we'll of course be doing live for that as well. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
But we're not saying good night, Nandri, because we're going to be live 10:30ish.
10:30. Or even earlier, looking at the way how they are going, 17 overs in just about 77 minutes.
That's what I love about
Wow!
it. Just looking like a wow.
Yeah.
Indeed. Chalo. See you guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.